Hi, it's the M.L.M for the Soul channel, and I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I just would like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance for you, Hashem. And some people I thank have inspired me. Hope they can inspire you as well. And I will have links below to their sites. Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Eliezer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi M.L.M, Rabbi Lon Anavar, Rabbi Yuval Ovadia, Rabbi Daniel Osler, Nisan Baruch Black, David Sachs, Rabbi Michael Skobach, Jews for Judaism, Rabbi David Ashir, Rabbi Ron Reuven, and Rabbi Yosef Chesney. As well, if you never checked out this channel before, excuse me, I will have a link below to my first video, which explains what M.L.M for the Soul means, what it stands for, and what I do. So, this is for the upcoming parasha, Parashat Vayishlach, and this is taken from the Parasha Insights from Rabbi Mansour, and I call this the threat of our enemies, colon, or I think semicolon, persecution and or friendship. So, Parashat Vayishlach tells the dramatic story of Yaakov Avinu's reunion with his brother Esav, from whom he had fled 20 years earlier. Upon hearing that Esav was approaching with an army of 400 men, Yaakov was very frightened, and prepared for what he feared would be a violent confrontation. When they met, however, the Torah tells that Esav ran over to Yaakov, embraced him, and kissed him. The Midrash takes note of the fact that the word Vayishakehu, which means he kissed him, is written in the Torah with a series of dots over the letters. Excuse me. These unusual markings, the Midrash explains, allude to the fact that Esav did not initially intend to kiss Yaakov. His plan was actually to bite his brother, as he still despised him. But Hashem performed a miracle, and Yaakov's neck turned to marble, preventing Esav from biting him. So the Rebbe above asked, if this is the case, then why did Esav kiss Yaakov? How could it be that he despised Yaakov to the extent that he wanted to bite his neck, and then when he was prevented from doing so, he kissed him instead? The Rebbe answered that when Esav saw he could not defeat Yaakov through his bite, he decided to defeat Yaakov through his kiss. So what does this all mean? Now we're going to go on to explain that. Our enemies threaten us in two opposite ways, through their bite and through their kiss. The first and most obvious method is by, quote, biting us through persecution. The Inquisition, the pogroms, the concentration camps, those are just a few of the many tragic examples of Esav's, quote, bite, of the hatred and hostility that we have endured at the hands of enemy nations. However, we are just as vulnerable to the other nations', quote, kiss, to their goodwill and friendship. When the Gentile nations invite us to take part in their culture and to become full participants in their societies, we face the grave threat of assimilation. Chas v'shalom, heaven forbid, of abandoning our tradition and values in order to be like the non-Jews. So when Yaakov prayed in advance of his feared meeting with Esav, he beseeched Hashem to save him, miyad achi miyad Esav, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav. So the Beit HaLevi, which is Rabbi Yosef Dov Soloveitchik of Brisk, famously explained that Yaakov feared both of Esav's tactics, as an enemy and as a brother. He begged Hashem to protect him both from Esav's hostility as well as from his friendship, which could lure him and his descendants to abandon their faith and assimilate. We need Hashem's protection from both Esav's, quote, bite and Esav's, quote, kiss. So modern Jewish history has shown us the catastrophic consequences of both threats. Not too long ago, Am Yisrael suffered the, quote, bite of Esav in the form of the destruction of European Jewry. Immediately thereafter, we entered the period of the, quote, kiss, when we were warmly welcomed into American society and given freedom. As grateful as we must be for this opportunity, we must also lament the spiritual destruction that this freedom has caused, with literally millions of Jewish souls having been lost through assimilation. Rahman al-Islam. Very sad state. So in Yaakov's initial message to Esav, which he sent as he made his way back to Eretz Yisrael, he told his brother, Im Lavan Garti, I have dwelt with Lavan. Rashi, in a famous comment, explains this phrase to mean, Im Lavan Garti v'taryag mitzvot shamarti. I have dwelt with Lavan and I observed the 613 mitzvot. That's what taryag means. So the word Garti has the numerical value of 613. But also what's very interesting is it's Gimel Reish Yud Taf. If you flip the letters around, you actually get the word taryag. And I don't know if anyone's ever said this commentary, but probably they did, but I noticed that. So the letters, just move them around and it actually spells out the word taryag, which is pretty neat. So that might be something the Baal Turim, he's famous for those kind of things. But anyway, moving on. So we might ask, where in these words is there an allusion to Yaakov's observance of the 613 mitzvot? On what basis did Rashi understand Yaakov's message to mean that he observed Hashem's command? So the Rebbe above explained that the word Garti stems from the word ger, which means stranger or foreigner. So Yaakov was telling Esav that throughout the 20 years he spent with Lavan, He lived as a foreigner, he acted differently, and he did not become like Lavan. He retained his identity, his values, and his traditions without taking on Lavan's culture or values. The only way this is possible, the Rebbe said, is by adhering to all the mitzvot, by strictly observing the Torah. So when we live in a foreign society and are surrounded by foreign culture, the only way to become a, quote, ger, to retain our unique identity through strict, this is very important, I underlined these when I was reading it over, strict, unwavering commitment to Torah and mitzvot. Very important, strict, unwavering commitment. In order to withstand the pressures and influences of general society, we need to, again, some other words I underlined, passionately adhere to our traditions without compromising our ideals and customs. This is so important because Rahman al-Islam, sad to say, Hashem Yitbarach, He should have mercy on these people. So many people I know that I grew up with, I was saying this to someone today, kind of have flipped their lid. I don't know. They've just gone, and I hate, and I don't try and say it in a mean way, but so surprised how they've totally turned things around and like twisted them to fit their own way of living that isn't according to the Torah, and they think it is. So it's really weird, and they think that I'm the one that's that they're my ideas and my halachas or something, like I all of a sudden made them up, and the Torah has been around for how long? Thousands. The world's been around for almost 6,000 years, and I'm making it up, right? Okay, so anyway, I'm just saying it's like really sad to see. I mean, people that you never expect in a million years who grew up from, homes where his fathers were rabbis, and anyway, I hope and pray for them. That's all I can do. And so we must use the unprecedented freedoms we enjoy in the United States to increase our study and observance of Torah in order to ensure that these freedoms lead to our continued growth and progress and not, heaven forbid, the opposite, which I unfortunately have seen. And I hope and pray that we will all do that and all merit to get stronger in avodas Hashem and keeping the Torah mitzvahs and adhering, like you said here, adhering to our traditions, strict, unwavering commitment to the Torah, and that we will all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days and rebuilding of our final and everlasting Beit HaMikdash. Amen, and thanks for watching.